If you're marking your catalog in that AYRSHIRE Winter Yearling class, our first place entry was 257 and was also best bred and owned, and that was Old and Lazy Monotonous ET, exhibited by the Megan Syndicate from Epworth, Iowa. Second in the class was 259 Cozy Country Reagan Peekaboo, exhibited by Cassie Clark, Springville, Pennsylvania. 266 was third in the class, and that was Old Bankston A.L. Whoops, exhibited by Ava Lammers from Marysville, Ohio. 270 was fourth, 258 was fifth, 264 was sixth and first junior, and that was Joe Mill Burdette Oakley E.T., exhibited by Carly Suppley from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. 262 was seventh and second junior, and that was Moy Air Berkeley Darling, exhibited by Steve, Pauline, Rebecca, and Emily Schmidt from Delavan, Wisconsin. Entry 268 was eighth, 269 was ninth, and 267 was 10th. In the ring now is the Fall Yearling class. Our first place award is presented by Timberlawn Farms, or Susan Edwards from West Grove, Pennsylvania. And the junior award is presented by the Stillmore Cattle Company, Steve Searles from Pine Island, Minnesota. If you'll turn your attention to the AYRSHIRE ring, Judge Creek has completed his placings in the Fall Yearling class. Our second place junior is entry 279, Palmyra Timothy L. Bethany, exhibited by Lydia Rasmussen from Seymour, Wisconsin. Our first place junior winner is entry 276, Family Affair Lockdown, exhibited by Rachel Heffel and Mark Fisher from Epworth, Iowa. Our third place class winner is also the best bred and owned. That's 272 Glenmar Dale G. Peanut Butter, exhibited by Mark and Becky Brown from Fenimore, Wisconsin. Second in the class is entry 275 Paragon Acres Big Star Catalina, exhibited by Glamour View Farm from Walkersville, Maryland. And winning the class is entry number 273 Kingswood Chiliote Destiny, exhibited by Peter Vale from Inglewood, Florida. Congratulations. Judge Creek?
Class of heifers we have out here in the AYRSHIRE ring, perhaps not a heifer that certainly draws your attention right away, but a heifer that logically worked herself to the top of the class for us today. A heifer that has that straightness of lines, that style and balance, that angularity, that correctness up through her front end, that smoothness and blending of parts that gives her an advantage over the heifer in second. Heifer in first, you love the length of body, the size and scale, the style and balance, that hardness of top line, and that freeness of flesh up through the head and neck. Heifer in second follows in pattern, that cleanliness and angularity throughout, and gives her an advantage over a big, strong heifer in third. Heifer in third, we certainly love the width, the power, and the strength she possesses, the smoothness of blending of parts. I'd like to refine that bone down through that hock a little bit to get her up over the heifers above her, but a heifer that we certainly love the construction of her frame, the way she's put together, and would love to see her calved out when she comes to the ring next year. She places over a heifer in fourth, just with more depth and openness to that forerib, more width to that forerib and chest floor. She's tighter at that point of elbow and holds them wider across her frame and her body as we watch her moves. We'll give the heifer in fourth an advantage for walking on an excellent set of feet and legs. She's very wide of that hock, very feminine in that bone, very flat, refined through that bone and that leg. And that gives her an advantage over the heifer following her in class. White heifer that follows her out in fifth. We love the depth, the strength, the openness, and the correctness and straightness of lines and that rump structure that gives her an advantage over the heifer behind her. She's just cleaner, more angular. Freer flesh up through that head and neck. She's more trimmed through that throat, dewlap, and brisket than the heifer that follows her in fifth. Heifer in fifth, then over the heifer in sixth. Just a heifer that puts herself together more correctly as we view her in line today. Blends more smoothly in her parts, has more depth and openness to that forerib, more sweep and spring to that rear rib as we view her from behind. Congratulations to all those exhibitors in the Fall Yearling class.